Capricorn, this is your March horoscope 2014 with me, Lada, from Astrolada.com, for anyone who have their ascendant sun and moon in Capricorn. And it's a big month because a lot of planets are changing direction. So when planets change direction, some key events start to develop or to conclude. And first of all, first and foremost, Rahu, the planet of worldly development, is moving into your 10th house, and that's the best house for Rahu, and it's going to stay there for 1.5 years. And it will be back again there in 19 years. So it's a once in 19 years opportunity, starting from March till mid 2015, to some time in 2015, till the end almost of 2015. It's a time for you to develop your career, because 10th house is your worldly achievements, your status, social status in life. So a lot of you might be changing jobs. And it might not come immediately in March, but you'll start feeling the need for that. You might start feeling the sense that it's coming, it's coming for you, especially if your ascendant is in Capricorn. To a lesser degree, sun and moon, but definitely ascendant Capricorns will feel it. And there will be like some restructuring and change in your career, but in a positive way, through growth. For instance, when Rahu transited my 10th house, I became from a one-man band working on my own to working with another 15 psychics and astrologer. So all of a sudden your authority expands and you can be put in positions of higher authority. You can have like a jump frog in regards to your career. You can have like a sudden opportunity that almost puts you from here, there. So this will be the time to start thinking big in regards to your career, start doing bigger plans as well, and developing those, because Rahu will give this opportunity. And again, it can be even a total change in career, because Rahu is like a karmic fated planet, and when it transits the 10th house, it can just mean like a karmic fated change in your career. So if you're ending one career and starting a new one from March for 1.5 years ahead, you should feel peaceful within yourself, because that this is something meant to happen, and it's kind of almost you don't have control over this thing. But Rahu gets insatiable in whatever house it is. The person wants more and more and more. And it's the 10th house of recognition, responsibilities, authority. So you can burden yourself with much more responsibilities as well, which is not always easy work, but it's definitely growth oriented. And at the same time, Ketu, which is the opposite side of Rahu, always transits in the opposite side once in 19 years. For 1.5 years, it's passing through your 4th house of family. So all those worldly responsibilities and achievements take your attention, and you kind of neglect your family, or maybe you detach a little bit. You don't have enough time to spend at home, to relax at home. And there can be even a change of home of residence, letting go, because Ketu is like the dragon's tail, wherever you let go of things. So you might be letting go of one place of living and going to a new one, maybe even a whole new country that you're detaching from. Or it just can be that you're detaching a little bit from your family responsibilities. You're detaching a little bit from family, from roots, from connections to the place where you belong. But now your focus is needed in the 10th house. And Mars is there in your 10th house, requiring your attention even more for the next 4 or 5 months. Particularly, Mars is turning retrograde for 3 months approximately. And it means that in the next 3 months, Capricorns, you will be asked to work harder. Because Mars is the planet of effort, solving problems, so fixing things. So there would be, in your career will appear some situations that will require more crisis situations. It can be more situations requiring more initiative, more logical solving of problems. These will appear, but you have to work hard on them for 2 or 3 months, April, March, May as well. But when Mars starts moving forward from the spring sometime in 2 or 3 months, this is when you see the results of this hard work that you've put. And even if you had some confrontations and conflicts and crises with authority figures in regards to your career and demands there, you see that all the hard work you've put now, and even if it slows down for 2 or 3 months, because Mars is moving backwards, so it's making you go and relook at certain projects, redo them, improve them, fix them. Something might break down in those projects and career things. But when Mars starts moving forward, you'll be happy that you redid this and you work hard on it, because the results will be better. And you'll see, like, really from the summer onwards, from the spring onwards, from the middle of the spring when Mars moves direct, you'll see how how right you were to do those things, even if they were very tense, because Mars will create some headaches there for sure. But it's, well, you also learn a lot and develop a lot of your willpower in regards to fixing career issues and to being assertive there and going forward with your plans and goals, which will start flowing when Mars turns direct. At the same time, Jupiter turns direct in your 7th house. So if there were some complications in relationships, if there was some slowdown or unclarity till now that you had to work harder on, because when planet moves backwards, you work harder on, there is like a bit of a slowdown. When now Jupiter starts moving direct in your 7th house of relationships, these things start giving the good results. There is like some conclusion of difficult situation in relationships, there is some improvement in difficult situation in relationships, or if there wasn't a difficult situation, just things start moving forward more with more force. And you see this in April, in May, but in March the direction changes. So you start, you start seeing forward from March onwards. You start seeing things moving ahead in regards to whether it's a business contract you're signing, whether it's a business relationship agreement that starts improving and developing, whether it's a book contract that you've written, you're waiting for the, to be signed or to start implementing the thing. This is when things start moving. And in regard to personal relationships as well. And what else is happening? Okay, Saturn is in your 11th house, turning retrograde. Saturn will ask you to work much harder in regards to 11th house things. And 11th house things are social networking. And you feel like you're maybe stalling there, that you're kind of blocked somehow, and you'll be required to put more effort. But if you put more effort when Saturn turns direct, those social networking and connections that you created start paying off again, and you're taken to a much better position in regards to those. So set to 11th house is the house of gains from your career. So if you have a business or whatever your payment is in your career, when Saturn moves backwards, you might start having to work harder for these bonuses, work harder for your business finances, and you might feel like things are a little bit blocked there while Saturn is moving backwards, that you have to put more force, more willpower, more perseverance. But when Saturn starts moving direct again from around the summer, those rewards start coming, those financial rewards starts coming for you after that. So you'll be doing some restructuring which can change financially your rewards as well. And now is the hard work in the spring you're doing from March, and then comes the reward. And this is what's happening. The Sun and Mercury in your 3rd house, Capricorn. So it's a very quick influence. It's not so long-lasting like Saturn, Jupiter, and Mars and Rahu that I talked about. Sorry. And when Sun and Mercury in your 3rd house for about 30 days, from the last days of February and the first 20 days of March, you become much more busy, a lot of communication, information, you're showered with information, you learn new things, you maybe more people calling on the phone, you're much more busy on Skype, you're much more busy on the with emails from work, you're kind of swamped with communications, and information is bombarding from everywhere, and you feel more hectic, more restless, more, but you are much more agile and alive then, more initiative as well. So this is what's happening in March. And people, especially who work in communications, in media, in information somehow, in teaching, in learning, who are learning, they'll have a quite good and productive month in March. Thank you, Capricorn.